Hi everyone, welcome to the first video I am posting on the Average Gym Bro YouTube channel. This is going to be a series of me powerlifting and just showing my progression as I go along, and it'll kind of be just a journey that we go through together and just to see how far we get along. So the powerlifting movements that I am participating in, or that everyone does mainly, is the squat, bench, and deadlift. These are three compound lifts that uh, you compete with in on competition. So you'll train really hard in the gym, and then you go on competition day, or meet day as they call it. And then yeah, you have 3 attempts, and fingers crossed you get all your attempts that you plan for. So I'm not actually a legitimate power lifter. I just like to, you know, record my or I just like to power lift for fun. I don't plan on competing anytime soon or in the future. I just like the feeling of getting stronger and bettering myself. Now, I am also a bodybuilder as well. After all of these powerlifting warm ups, my main workout is me bodybuilding. So I'll do like back and biceps or shoulders, chest and triceps, stuff like that type of split. But before I do that, I'll always start off with a compound movement just to, kind of get the blood flowing so you're not cold. And that's what I'm doing right now. I have 225 on the bar, I'm pretty sure right now. That we started off with squats. Um, and yeah, I'm not the greatest at squat, but it is improving. It's gotten a lot better. I feel that squat is definitely my weakness, but I only just started training it like every other day or in that category. So right here I have, I think, is 260 on the bar, 265, something like that. I think my bar is about 40 to 45 pounds, so this should be 260 or 265. Plus the clamps are, I'd say, 2.5 combined. So we'll just see how well this attempt went. When I was doing it, honestly, this didn't feel that well. Like, it felt heavy. In the film, it looked like, oh yeah, easily add on another 50 pounds and you'd be able to do it. But no, when I was doing this, that felt heavy. Like, the funny thing is, everything kind of felt heavy today for squats. I normally feel really pumped, but when it comes to squats today, it was just awful. Now, this is 270 or 275. This was as high as I went today. I did this for a single. My goal was to do this for a triple, which would have actually been a record for me. But I guess my butt came up a little fast, or before my hips basically rose a little too fast. So it kind of gave me that like falling over effect. And surprisingly, on film, it looked okay, but it felt like crap. So I basically called it there. So then what I did was I dropped the weight down to 245, and yeah, I then just did a set of three. This didn't feel that bad. It felt heavier than normal. I'll give you that. And so I'm glad I didn't do the 275 for three. Once again, on camera, it looked really easy, but when I was doing it, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. But I remember when I couldn't even squat 200 pounds, so I've made some insane progress, so I'm really proud of myself. And yeah, that basically concluded the squat session. I then went over to the bench press. I usually will only do one powerlifting movement as a warm up, but today I decided to do two because I'm like, what the heck, squats felt like crap. So I moved over to the bench press. So the most I've ever done on the bench press is 240 pounds with a pause. So I mean, I'm proud of that. That's pretty good. When I first started benching, my max was, I think, 160. And, well, when I first started working out, I didn't really bench. So I didn't know what my max was. I know when I first started working out, I couldn't even do 135, which is a plate, which is what I'm putting on now. But when I started, like, consistently benching, my max pause bench was, I think, 160. So the fact that I've been able to increase it by almost 100 pounds, it amazes me, honestly. And I'm not going to give up on, trying to increase my lifts. I've come so far. This is a lot. So yeah, right now we have 135 on the bar. I'm just doing these as like, warm up sets before I go up to my top set. I don't do it like a lot of people do, where they'll warm up to their top sets and they'll do like sets of 3, sets of 5, and they'll do it for, like several reps, or several sets of 3 or whatever. Like they'll do 5 sets of 3 or 4 sets of 5, something like that. For me, I don't really have a plan because I'm on a time limit. So I kind of just warm up to a top set, do what feels good, and then yeah, I just continue from there. Now this is 185. Um, this felt okay. Like bench, it felt pretty good today. Squat felt horrible, but for some reason bench it felt normal. Keep in mind I do not have elbow sleeves on. Normally, if you see in the like kind of mid top right, I have those like purplish blackish elbow sleeves over there. I usually wear those, which makes it obviously a little bit easier just to protect my elbows, but there's no denying it. Having anything on your elbows will provide a little bit of a, rebound effect. So the fact that I didn't even have these on today, it felt good. Like I actually hit a bench PR today. So even though every squat didn't feel that good. So yeah, this is 225. I threw that up the fastest I think I've ever thrown up 225 or two plates. So yeah, I was really happy with that. I then put 230 on. So with the clips, so this was probably about 232 and a half pounds or something like that. I don't know how much the clips are, but it's somewhere around that area. And yeah, I threw this up for, I'm pretty sure it was a triple pause, which is a PR for me. So I was really proud of that. Yeah, I'd say it's somewhere around 230 pounds in that ballpark with the clips on. So yeah, as you're about to see, it took a while to set up because this is big news for me. I genuinely or generally pause for about, I don't know, like half a second, maybe not even. Yeah, I'd say like half a second. And yeah, that third rep, it took a lot out of me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt it when I was in the bodybuilding workout. It took a lot out of me. Um, but yeah, then what I did was I dropped down to 185 or 190, around that area, and I just did just an easy set of three. This is just something I kind of felt like doing because that set was so difficult. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna cool down for a bit. I will get the weight all sorted out eventually, so I know exactly what I'm lifting, but it's somewhere around there. Yeah, this was a very easy set of three. I even paused the last rep for even longer because it was so easy. Uh, it felt easier than it did on camera. Actually, it looked a little heavy on camera, but like I said, I remember when I couldn't even bench that once. I actually have a funny story. When I first started benching, I specifically remember putting on 185 and just unracking it, and it felt like the heaviest thing in the world. I could not believe ever benching that, and I remember saying to myself, "Yo, that's only a plate and a quarter. How is that so freaking heavy?" So I've come a long way. So this is my last rep I did with just a plate, just as a cool down, 135. And yeah, that pretty much concluded the workout. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.